Hi, Vic Video Pic here. This video is the third one in my analysis of stock photography. One of the questions people ask the most is what kind of images sell best? I will analyze all the different subjects for stock photography and their performances in terms of sales. But I will also try to point out an even more important question: how to shoot them. So, if you're interested in stock photography, stay tuned. In my two previous videos about stock photography, I have discussed what sort of earning can be achieved, what equipment and knowledge is needed, and I have introduced general suggestions about this topic. I suggest to subscribe to my channel to be notified not only about videos regarding stock photography, but especially about my tutorials for Lightroom and Photoshop, two tools that you really need to master in order to stand out in this business. Let's analyze all most popular subjects, their potential in terms of sales, and how to get the most out of them. When starting out, most people go through the so-called ducks in the pond period, which consists in shooting images of subjects easily available: flowers, trees, pets, and, well, ducks in the pond. This kind of images faces an enormous competition and don't sell very easily. Having said that, they can be used to get to know your equipment and upper your game. But I would suggest to diversify as soon as possible into other topics. Avoid the usual mistake of shooting down from a standing position, for example, while taking photos of animals or flowers. But try to shoot from the same level as your subject. Try close-up with a wide-angle lens, or telephoto shots with blurred background. Maybe try some macro as well. Shoot the same subject at different times of the day and under different light conditions. Always choose the background with great care. A bad background destroys instantly an image. If you're shooting your pets, get them to do something. Write little scripts and try to make things interesting. People doing something is often considered one of the best-selling subjects in stock photographies. It is often called lifestyle. Don't know why. Maybe one day I will understand what that means. I assume that images with groups of people are beyond the budget for most people starting out, for obvious reasons. But maybe you have access to professions like medical, lawyers, building, estate agencies, industrial environment, agriculture. These are all excellent subjects. In some cases, you can try to impersonate yourself these sort of situations. Or maybe you have some friends who can act as model for you. Or you can find someone who would pose in exchange of photos for his or her portfolio. In all those situations, avoid doing simple portraits. They are not good subjects for stock. Try instead to get them to do things, express feelings or concept. Write several storyboards before shooting. It is also very important that the person posing has good acting skills. Another good selling topic is families with children, but as always, get them to do interesting things. Keep in mind that for each person you will need a model release signed by the model and a witness, even for yourself. For shooting people, you will certainly need some sort of lighting system, even when shooting outdoors. Speed lights are very convenient, as they are easy to carry. Food and drinks is another very good selling topic, especially the food trending at the moment: healthy, organic, vegan, ethnic, and so on. It is also easy to shoot in a home studio, as it does not take much room and can be done with a simple lighting system. But in this situation there are no excuses. You can control everything, so lighting, background and preps must be perfect. It is often useful to leave some copy space, so that text can be easily added by the buyers. In the same small home studio, it is also possible to shoot all kinds of objects, backgrounds, which are topics that can sell very well and are easy to shoot. Cityscapes are amongst my favorite subjects. I love cities. It is a crowded subject, but there is also a very good demand. As an example, the Eiffel Tower in Paris has zillions of entries in stock agencies, but I have quite a few shots that sell really well. Of course, big important cities sell much better, as well as towns that have a cultural heritage or main holiday destinations. For this kind of photos, good skill in post-production are again extremely important, as the images really need to stand out. Shoot the same scene under all possible angles, with different lenses, and under different light conditions. Try to shoot scenes that can be used for specific purposes. As an example, this is the Royal Court of Justice in London. Not a special image, but it's not easy at all to capture the whole of the building. This is another example, the Bank of England, which can of course be used anytime somebody is talking about money, currencies, and so on. Keep in mind that any logos, identifiable people, car or boat numbers, advertising need to be taken off, unless you're submitting for editorial. So good skills in Photoshop are again important. Also, some buildings are under copyright and not suitable for commercial submissions. And reviewers in agencies have an incredible ability to get them always wrong. So expect a good deal of frustration. Landscape is similar to cityscape, without the copyright problems. A lot of competition, but good image can still sell well. Try to look for images evoking feelings like calm, remoteness, freedom, environment, and so on. Again, you must be a master of Lightroom to make your image stand out. Editorial is not something I'm particularly keen about, and for several reasons. For me, the key in stock photography is to have some images that sell over and over in big quantities. The one I call milk cows. I find that this never happens with editorial images. They do sell, but never in big quantities, as the pool of buyers is obviously reduced. Also, I consider post-production my strong point, and for editorial image what can be done is very limited. Finally, shooting editorial often means to find yourself in stressing situations, in big crowds, difficult conditions. Having said that, many stock photographers specialize in editorial, so if you live in a place where things happen, you might give it a try. If you specialize in editorial, consider submitting to Alamy, a very nice agencies that pays good prices and is specialized in editorial. If your computer skills are really good, you can enter an area that sells very well, images that express concepts. It can be done by using Photoshop to create composite images, maybe also adding text, or using illustration if you have good skills in drawing and knowledge of Illustrator. Another subject that sells very well at the moment is aerial images made with drones. A good drone with a decent camera is still a relatively important investment, but wherever you live, you will certainly find interesting possibilities, and if you're passionate about it, you can get a good return. Make sure to comply with local regulations. If you live in the United States, things are much easier, as the same regulations apply to all the states, and they seem to be quite clear. Here in old Europe is a big mess. Rules change in every country, and they are generally extremely obscure. Finally, a few important suggestions. Try to diversify your portfolio as much as you can. Avoid too many repetitions, as this can affect your rankings in the different algorithms of agencies. But if you are particularly specialized in a certain niche, then go for it. Try to make the most of what is available in your area and avoid high shooting costs. Do not stress too much in period of poor sales, as this will happen. It is extremely important to enjoy and have fun. Finally, once again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to be very proficient with Lightroom and Photoshop. So I really suggest you to subscribe to my channel and have a look at my tutorials about these two softwares. If you want me to cover any other specific subject in stock photography, let me know in a comment below. You can join the happy gang and subscribe to my channel by clicking on my icon somewhere around here. If you like this video, share it with your friends on social medias and hit the like button below. If you wanna watch any other of my tutorial, you will find the link on the screen. Bye for now.